and it's too many cogs spinning in the head at the same time.
Well, if we do end up seeing it, I mean, we've already seen a draft come from Pinkroid, and that was in the form of Oliver and a Sekhmet. Like, both those units, excellent ways to keep that Beelzebub back, getting the strip, the reset, because we already know that Beelzebub's going to be on Will. Tian Lang is going to be getting the ban by Xere. Looks like he wants to draft that Ragdoll in this first turn. More than likely going to be seeing that Ragdoll Nana draft coming out of Xere. Let's see if Pinkroid opts to choose the Nana and take away from it.
Yeah, let's see what he locks down. If it's anything like Pinkroid's been tonight, we might even see him just throw down the Dominic super quickly. But I don't know if he favors that when he's on the second pick here, although... Oh, the Nana stolen away early.
Yep, I thought that was exactly what's going to happen there. Yeah, awesome first pick for Pinkroid, though. I love seeing that Dominic and Riley. So Xere hasn't been one to do the Nana-Riley combination. But it looks like Pinkroid was thinking that was going to happen here, so he took that Riley. We've got Dominic drafted. Gianna and Masha coming out. Masha, we already know how good this girl is. Really like to see the Masha. Shizuka still coming through. One other pick, and it is going to be the Abelia.
Awesome choice. Again, Shizuka contributing a ton tonight. I think she's like been one of the all-stars of the games that we've seen this evening for the Legend tournament. Looks like Pinkroid is reconsidering right now. I don't know if she's actually going to take that 5th slot. She may not. Still, that doesn't
definitely good here. I don't want to say that Shizuka was bad, but ooh, Xere,
what?
Changing the pace here. Oh no, come on!
No,
I was actually a fan. No. I was a fan for a second, then he took it away. Shizuka's coming out for Xere. He's going to take that away from Pinkroid. Pinkroid. Ooh, this is interesting. You see Mephistus come to the field. Is it enough? Is it going to be like? Does it apply enough damage here? Is it an obvious ban for Xere? I mean, Nana, Beelzebub, both those units need to not have to deal with that unit. Is Shizuka? I don't know if Shizuka's second skill technically counts because you're not reviving a unit. You're only bringing a shadow back, but it's not going to matter here. That unit's getting banned out. No Wind Demon going to be coming in play here. Gianna's going to get the knife. The HP leader skills for Pinkroid, and we got an attack leader skill for Xere. Let's go. We've got Pinkroid. We've got Xere. We're getting into round 1. Let's see how this is going to play out here.
Here we go, guys. Xere taking turn 1 with that Masha that we've seen. Obviously going just with skill 1 right now. Gets kind of an awkward proc, but a little more damage into Dominic is not something to fret about. Riley's going to heal that right up. Doesn't even need to commit too much with it, although does choose to sink the attack buff in to try to get an early snipe on the Nana. Here's that proc for more damage to it.
Yeah, so much damage. Looking for a defense break. He kind of wanted to finish it off without having to use the Reckless here, which is a smart play. He's going to second scale. He's going to want to get that up here. I mean, does he choose to pop it? I'm curious if he does pop it or not. Or maybe just go for a stun or a little bit of damage into that Masha.
Yeah, that's a tough choice. I almost thought that there'd be a world where he third skills there just to get the defense breaks out as well. Try to see if he could get a kill on Dominic, because Dominic is presenting a lot of threat and procking a ton.
Yeah.
There's
great procs there.
That's super awkward. That stack being gone from Nana. Xere already kind of on the back foot here.
But that's a lot of damage coming into the Dominic. Obviously, that heal's going to be popping up from the Abelia, trying to save his team just a little bit. Now, that Provoke sitting on top of Beelzebub, massive. That's going to be keeping Pinkroid's Dominic alive here.
That's exactly what you needed, but unfortunately, Riley got stunned and missed her turn. So that means that Masha might be able to clean up the Dom. Is it enough? Not quite. Dom hanging on by the skin of his teeth here.
Yep, now he's going to try and get some dismount, a little bit of damage into the Masha. We got a first skill coming on defense broken. Abelia is able to stay alive here. First skill to probably heal up his units. I don't think he's going to go for a second skill. He doesn't really need to utilize that immunity, in my opinion. He does go for the first skill, gets the additional turn. We're going to see that third, or the fourth, getting all totems. That's a lot of immunity. That's a lot of attack buffs. Trying to get the dismount. Does not receive it, though.
Pinkroid getting some insanely valuable procs here between Riley, allowing him to heal up that Dominic a little more and keep him in the fight compared to Xere's opening proc with the Masha, which was not quite it. I
don't know what he was waiting for there. I was like, you drop that Nana, get rid of that unit, not have to worry about anything here. So does he go for the dismount? He should be going for the dismount. And does he go right into the demon now? No, it goes right into the Masha, stays on Masha. This is not enough damage to kill anything here.
No, unfortunately it is not quite, but I want to see him use it. I'm glad glad he goes for it. A suspiciously tanky Dominic up here, really showing the rune gap between these players in my own account.
Yeah, it really is. Pinkroid taking round 1 away from Xere. Good stuff. It was a very good match.
A lot of it was a great match, especially for Pinkroid. It was kind of, I'd almost in retrospect call it kind of straightforward. Like this one felt a lot of just like, let's just slap each other in the face a couple times. Let's just slap each other's monsters and see who goes down first. Hopefully Dominic stays on his feet. The difficult part there for Pinkroid was just navigating, how do I eliminate these monsters? I got to keep these guys down. I don't want to pop the soul protection, don't want to put the dark demon in the ground. You know, that's where the difficulty comes in. But ultimately, just clean games. It
was a very clean game, and I could even sense the comfort in Pinkroid in this match. And I think this goes into exactly what I was saying before, is Pinkroid knows what he was going up against there, and it's very easy for him to play something that he can already guess what's going to be happening next. So good on Pinkroid. Well done. He played Xere through on that draft, and I think what Xere needs to do here is now give Pinkroid that surprise. He needs to do something that Pinkroid's not ready for, because he can't just go in there and think Nana and Beelzebub are going to be the keys to victory against Pinkroid.
You're 100% right, Stoic, and I'll tell you why too. It's because towards the end, right, like Pinkroid got a couple good procs with like the Dominic and the Riley, but he didn't necessarily need them. If the Dominic went down, he still had a Bellio to do the job. Like he still had backups. Get backups for the damage. So it's like, regardless of those, like, I think he was still in a winning position, even if those units went down, because it would have been easy enough to just clean up the Nana.
Nope. Now, I don't think Pinkroid even needs to go out of his way to take Nana away from Xere. I feel like if he lets Xere have the Nana, he can still play the match, but it looks like he's going to try and take the Nana away. It's a best of 5. If I were Pinkroid, I would have let him have the Nana and just see what he was going to play out here, but Pinkroid's going to take it. Pinkroid is a fan of drafting the Nana, so let's see how Pinkroid does with his Nana up against Xere and how Xere will handle Pinkroid's draft.
Here we go. Juno Riley. I like seeing the Riley. It's funny that we didn't see Riley picked until the finals.
Yeah, Riley is a very interesting unit. It's so powerful, but there is some answers out there. There is some things where if you draft that Riley, you can't get the full value out of it. I'm not too sure if that's what we're going to see from Xere just yet. I do like the Tessarian being drafted by Xere. Expected to see the Ragdoll in this draft. Of course, we've got crits coming and AoE damage coming from that Nana too, so a good chance we're going to be seeing some crits coming from Pinkroid's team. Annabelle making an appearance with, of course, Tian Lang. Tian Lang's a no-brainer when you've got Ragdoll on the field.
Please. Great drafting from Pinkroid here. This is such a utility belt of monsters coming out from him. Very fun draft. And the Tessa is something that I've been anticipating for the whole tournament too. This monster recently experiencing a little bit of a resurgence because Oblivion has just become so valuable in the meta right now.
Ooh, Xere. I actually... Oh, don't do that to me, Xere. Seimei has no place in this match. I think he's going to actually draft it. Thank God.
No, yes.
So Xere taking the Abelu, I think, is much better here because what Pinkroid is offering is not a lot of damage. So Pinkroid taking the Nana early, so as his first pick. When you take that Nana, I feel like Pinkroid should have said, hey, I'm about to get another orb, and then I'm going to get another orb. That's not the position Pinkroid put himself in. Pinkroid put himself in a position where he has a lot of sustain and his team can stay alive to keep a longer match going here, whereas the match progresses is able to deal this kind of damage. Xere trying to be a little bit more aggressive. The Tessarian is going to be getting the ban here. That last pick in the Abelu is definitely what he's going to use to keep his team alive across something that's not going to be dealing a ton of damage on the side of Pinkroid. So we've got an interesting match. It looks like we have a long match ahead of us. Let's see how long this one's going to take, though, as we kick off this round two.
Pinkroid's got the sustain to support a longer play session here. The only thing I think, oh, nice resist from Annabelle. Amazing. Didn't even need it. We've got so much cleanse, and yet here she is doing it. I think that Annabelle is going to end up contributing most of the damage for this team with the AoE defense break.
Yeah, definitely. That's going to be additional damage you're going to see coming out of Annabelle's third skill as well. So Annabelle and, of course, Juno are going to be the ones providing all the damage here. Beautiful Despair Suns. You can see that additional damage popping out there on that Gianna. You can see he's able to provide a little bit of damage, but those two water units are definitely going to be a problem for Juno here.
Yeah, and you love to see that stun. Gianna already cycled so much. Uh-oh, we've seen this in the past. Luckily, there's no Dominic on the side earlier because there's no Dominic to punish the early transform, but we saw this last time open up a lot of space for when Xere took his victory against Yana.
Yeah, most definitely. Annabelle trying to do big Annabelle things there. We see the sleep coming out on the Gianna, looking for the additional sleep under the Shizuka. Not happening there, so definitely slowed that down. Does he choose to wake up the Gianna? I mean, I can. How bad is that immunity? I feel like he really doesn't care too much about it.
Yeah, I can't imagine that he wants to introduce a bomb into the situation is the only problem. Because right now, also, like, Shizuka doesn't have bombs in the pool. So as long as we just keep those out for as long as possible, we'll be semi-okay.
Yeah, we're definitely looking at a long match. This is definitely it's going to be our longer match of tonight. Kind of two very tanky teams.
I think you're right, Stoic. Once we get into the range of like attack up, like 30, 40 or something, Shizuka coming in with all things in nature, putting defense breaks and probably a bomb at that point, that's going to be the turning point. I think Shizuka is going to be the break point for the game.
Yep, there's that bomb sitting atop the Annabelle. Annabelle probably ruined on max resistance, as well as the Riley, two notable units that are usually built on that max resistance. Stun's going to be coming out here, a lot of sustain. There's a lot of sustain for both teams, to be honest.
Abellio has a tendency to carry things like that, Stoic, right? Like, you don't need much else if you got him. The pseudo-death prevention into a cleanse on himself and provoke is great. Nice proc.
Xere missing crit, though, on the Torrent and then getting the additional turn, though. If he had not missed the crit, we would have seen Annabelle drop here, and that would have taken away that one orb sitting on top of Nana.
That absolutely hurts. So it's the one-turn bomb taking the stack away from Nana. That was all that it took.
Oh, man!
Oh, you hate to see it.
There.
If you're
Wow.
Pinkroid, you hate to see it. If you're Xere, you're celebrating. Excellent job, Gianna, truly making up for missing that bomb earlier on Annabelle. Coming in clutch for revenge. For her revenge, rather, not a revenge proc. I don't mean to mistake those two.
Yep, nice little despair stun here. Maybe he can get the cleanse on the bomb. Let's see which one he cleanses. Does cleanse the bomb. That's definitely going to help him out a whole lot here. He needs to try and get rid of this Gianna. If Pinkroid can at least get a kill here, he can kind of keep himself above water for sure. Oh, that Abellio is going to start hitting really hard on Juno, though.
He's got to act fast, and unfortunately, he does not have the burst, quote-unquote. I'm using air quotes. I know nobody in chat can see that. I'm using air quotes. The burst damage potential that came from the Annabelle with the defense break. So Pinkroid is going to have to make a miracle happen with Juno.
Yep. If he loses the Juno here, it's 100% done. It's just there's no way around it. He doesn't have the damage to come back from this one. He needs to confirm kill onto the Gianna here. Doesn't, but it looks like Riley's going to have enough here. Does get that orb back, which is extremely important, but let's see what kind of damage we're going to see. We have a wild blow coming, and it does drop the Juno. Juno will come back here, but guess what? Ragdoll ready and waiting. Massive torrent damage coming his way right there.
Chooses not to miss a crit that time. Really wanted to secure the kill. Happy to see that. Here comes an all things in nature before the Riley has a chance to use that fourth skill again. Oh dear, this is looking like the writing might be on the wall for Pinkroid.
That is it right there. We've got Xere taking round 2 away from Pinkroid.
This is what I like to see in a best of 5, Stoic. I like to see players kind of fight back and forth for this, and I feel like Xere adjusted pretty appropriately, like you said. He needed to bring something that was going to keep Pinkroid on his toes, and he played this one pretty well.
He really did, but I also think this one's kind of Pinkroid's fault here. Like I said, when he first picked that Nana, he took that Nana away from him, and I don't think that was a first pick that Pinkroid should be bothering with. I think he should let Xere have it if he really wants it, and then draft accordingly. He basically took a Nana in there and then drafted a bunch of things that were not going to get him extra stacks. I mean, he had to fight for that stack when he took the Gianna down, but it wasn't enough. It was a war of attrition throughout that entire fight. I think Pinkroid stick to his guns, stay aggressive, and I think you should be able to take the next round.
Yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of that game kind of hinged on Annabelle, and when she went down, it just looked pretty unfortunate for Pinkroid. That was his main damage source, right? So I'm fully in agreement with you, Stoic. I think that's a good analysis of what we just saw. And now we're going into game number 3, guys. Again, nobody's in match point yet. They still get a moment to get to know each other and try to vie for that position. Next round, though, someone will be at game point.
Well, the Beelzebub's going to be coming back, and so is the Dominic. New pre-band's going to be coming out shortly, getting into a round 3 between Pinkroid and Xere. I wonder, are we going to see a Nana? Are we going to see a Tian Lang pre-band? Honestly, I want to see Xere. Oh, okay, if I was Pinkroid, I'd want to see Xere draft that Nana all day, because I want to be able to predict as much as possible. Shizuka is going to be getting the knife here, and so is Tian Lang. Definitely saw the Tian Lang pre-band coming out.
Yeah, and I don't know if I'd like to see the Dominic try to get forced in here again. Anytime I get, he's so freshly buffed that I still consider him to be content in my mind. I just very personally like to see that. Lima, great choice from Xere. Lima really did a lot of work in the past, so I like seeing her return.
So what I like about the Lima coming out of Xere is you're not really showing any CADs here. You're drafting a Lima and you're like, okay, so he's got the Lima, he's got Strip, he's got some immunity healing, invincibility. Like Lima offering a lot to Xere's draft. I mean, that first skill able to cycle so much attack bar here as well. We're going to be bringing a Gianna, and like there's still like there's no technically tell coming out of Xere. His draft is still solid and not locking him into anything.
You're right. He's not signaling anything. Here comes the first reliable-ish AoE strip from Pinkroid here. Unfortunately, Molong does not offer one of those necessarily anymore. So we'll see if he ends up leaving the Lima, but I'm a little worried because deciding that you're going to leave the Lima so early can be troublesome, but if Xere picks predictably, then it won't be a problem, and Pinkroid can rest assured and just ban whatever.
Yeah, this, honestly, the way it looks right now, that should be a Nana as the last pick here, and it is going to be a Nana. It's kind of like that big tail. He goes Nana, and then he goes the Beelzebub. You see the Beelzebub, you're almost going to guaranteed to see the Nana, and Pinkroid should be drafting accordingly. And he does. He sees that, and the Mephistus is going to be coming out here, but that's obviously going to be the ban. So he knows his 4 units are going to go up against the other team's 4 units, and I think Nana might actually be what gets banned out here. No! The Bees is going to be getting the ban. So Beelzebub, both demons getting banned out here. So Xere, I think Xere should have known that was going to happen. So if this plays into Xere's favor, he should be on top of the ball here. And I really do like that Masha. I think Xere can potentially eliminate this this Dominic, and then putting Pinkroid on the back. But let's see how it plays out, though, in this round 3.
Yeah, we're going to have to see. This might be the first game in a while where we actually see Gianna's bombs really come into play, too, because there isn't such a sustained source of cleanse or immunity from this side, right? Oh, nice proc from Dom. He really loves to proc. He loves to. This boy really trying to get the win here. Let's see. Weakness shot coming through. Let's see that damage. Holy heavens to Betsy Stein.
Yep, really was. You can see a third skill coming out of Lima. I think Lima wants to get things up, heal Gianna up a little bit as well. No! Choosing to go for the first skill, just cycle a little bit of attack back.
It's a scary time to try to do it because we know that Juno's still got the skill 2 coming out, so it could ultimately kill the Gianna if he's not careful. I think that was kind of the... You gotta weigh the pros and cons here. And I still don't know if he wants to do it. It's a little dangerous. I guess he...
I feel like he should do it, but then again, he does have the Nana to bring his Gianna back here. I mean, that first skill's not going to do anything. This second skill does keep the Gianna alive as well. He's got to throw that bomb on top of the Mo Long, and he wants to stop that unit because Mo Long... Well, okay, he throws it on top of the Dominic.
Oh my goodness, that miss. That was a legendary miss. Oh my word. Dude, the odds of missing that. Like, that is crazy. That is exactly the situation that Xere wants to be in. There's no clean kill here, so he's just going to opt for a stun and decides to stay in bear form.
Yep, so he does have to sustain with the with honestly, well, Juno and the Abelio, so Reckless Assault is going out, does go out on top of the Nana. Nana still has that 1 orb up here. We get additional turn with Gianna. Gianna's looking to place another bomb. Potentially onto the Mo Long, I would believe. No, I'm sorry, that is a vampire Mo Long. So I don't think he has to worry about that unit violent procking.
Yeah, I think he just kind of wants to double down and make sure that the burst damage from the Dominic is gone. Gianna's really doing a lot for him in this case here.
Yeah,
Does he opt
coming out here?
So now he's going to be guaranteed getting a turn when Dominic goes down. Does he proc into the bomb detonation? Let's see. He's been doing it a lot. Nope. Chooses to stay right where he is. Mo Long securing the kill on Nana.
Yeah, a lot of value with that second scale there. Drops the Nana. We've got Gianna who's going to be on the outs right here. Finishes off that Gianna. Xere is definitely on the back foot. I mean, that is definitely a dead Dominic. But what are you going after here? Because, I mean, those 2 water units are going to be so difficult to deal with. That's so much sustain as well. Stun up the Lima, not have to worry about anything here. He's looking for the dismount instead. Pinkroid's in an excellent position. Oh, yeah. At this point, your assessment was completely correct. The Dominic is fully optional at this point. He contributed everything he was going to do at the start of the game, but by this point, he is really just a skill bait. You want him to soak damage. Yep. I mean, again, like it really is exactly what I was saying here. Is Pinkroid let Xere have that Nana and that Beelzebub, and he drafted accordingly. He did amazing throughout this entire match here. Pinkroid, well done. That was a great little victory right there. But we are still going into a game 4. It is not over yet, but if Pinkroid takes this one, this is going to be it.
Oh yeah, Pinkroid now at game point, and not just for a trip to the next round. There is no next round. This is for the Legend title. This is for everything, and all that comes with it, the name in the Hall of Fame.
That's right, and I believe, is this going to be, I can't say gonna be, but is this possibly Pinkroid's first Legend RTA finish? And I believe it is.
Yes, I think it would be. I checked the Hall of Fame earlier, and I don't think his name has appeared in it before. Pinkroid going for that Legend title, really making a splashy entrance. Like, this is going to be intense. He's already put on a great show for us tonight.
Yeah, it really has. I mean, all the players put on a fantastic show as well, and the show's definitely not over. I think Xere could definitely learn from the situations here and start changing things up for us, and maybe bring something we weren't surprised, and just not in the form of a same A. I feel like anything but the same A can fit here in these drafts, but
yeah, anything but the same A, please. Anything but the same A. Xere has it in him for sure. We've seen him adapt accordingly in his game against Don Hong, and we also saw him take a match from, or rather take a round from Pinkroid in this set. So I think he can do it. I think this is a great result for the finals that we're seeing.
Yeah, definitely if you can take advantage of Pinkroid, because I feel like that was a little bit, again, I blame a little bit on Pinkroid. It was kind of like his fault that he lost that one where he took the Nana away from Xere and then just didn't draft enough there to get any more orbs in his favor. So if there's an opportunity like that, I really hope Xere really does take advantage of that, because, I mean, we're going into the next match where Pinkroid has first pick, and he could take the Nana away from Xere, but let's see what Pinkroid chooses to prioritize going into this final match here. Well, potentially final match.
Yeah, let's see if he slams down the Dom again. The Dom is a super fun pick because I feel like his role really transitions over the course of the game, right? Because what he wants to do is he wants to act basically like a Reckless. He wants to be a Reckless Assault at the start of the game, and then as it progresses, he just wants to soak attention and make the enemy pump skills into him to preserve the rest of the allies. So that's kind of the interesting shift that he has, and his passive also kind of adapts accordingly, where it starts healing him if he's sub 50.
Yep, most definitely. I mean, we've seen first picks between Masha and Dominic. I think those are exit picks here. In this last, I keep saying last match, like Pinkroid's going to win it here. I mean, of course, it's a possibility, but I really don't want to see the Nana. Don't want to see the Nana first pick from him. Yeah,
neither do I. I think Yeah. I think, Pink needs to play what he's comfortable with. I don't think, maybe don't try to steal so many units away and just draft the way that you draft, because there's a way that you got to the #1 slot, right? And it's not necessarily stealing Xere's units.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't think he needs the Nana, because he's very comfortable drafting Nana. We've seen Nana's in his top picks throughout this season. He's been taking the Nana here, and I think Nana for him should be a like a 4-5 slot. You know, put it in the back end over there. He doesn't need to put it up front, because if Xere doesn't want to play it, maybe he doesn't need to play it unless he drafted accordingly, where he could take advantage of a first pick with Dominic into a Masha, where he's bringing a ton of heat, and that'll gain him more orbs in a timely manner. Yeah. That's definitely the best way to do that.
Take it after you have a few damage dealers that can really benefit from staying on board longer. That stickiness that she still provides, right? Like making it so all your damage dealers have that extra push is still so valuable even post nerf, and inadvertently gave her further synergy with Leo and Ragdoll.
Yep, exactly. Now transitions for Xere. I mean, if we see the Beelzebub, we're seeing the Nana, and it's really tough to say, like, I don't want to see the Beelzebub coming out of Xere here. He has plenty of options. We've seen the Ragdoll, we've seen the Gianna. He can go more turn 1 and not have to rely about getting his revives and coming in and trying to snipe out units with his Beelzebub. So I think he should have, and he probably does have, other stuff to draft in that place. Both Oracles are excellent. We've seen the Lima, we've seen the Gianna coming out of Xere. Yeah. So he has utility, he has options, and I really hope he digs into that box and shows something that Pinkroid is not ready for.
By the way, speaking of Lima hasn't... Lima's been in an interesting spot these games, because I think Pinkroid has just kind of learned how to play around. You know, it's like turning all those things into dots by drafting Juno against it is a pretty smart move, and I dig that a lot. So I think we've seen Lima be more impactful in other games. Do you like where she's at? Do you think that Xere should continue drafting that monster?
I think Lima's a great unit. I know he was first picking it, and I feel like it's still a fine first pick. Because his first picks were bound to be between a Gianna and a Lima. If I were to choose one of the two to first pick, I'd probably first pick the support unit and go with Lima over Gianna in that position.
Yeah, Lima's gotten a cool shift where she used to be kind of undervalued against her sisters, but now she's really taken the spotlight recently, and artifacts on her are just so good, especially with all the oracles having triple hit on the first skill at attack bar gain.
Yep.
So it's like that additional damage goes a long way. And having something hybrid that can provide immunity and invincibility and also contribute to damage is pretty crazy. So I find myself actually wanting a Lima these days.
Yeah, Lima's such a good unit here. Totally justified. I think he can continue to draft a unit like that. It's offering him a ton of support for his draft. I just don't know if he opens up to do any more AoE. I don't remember if we caught him drafting any Sekhmet here to try and get a reset, because he's not taking turn 1 over Pinkroid. He's running a Violent Gianna, and I feel like there's a lot of positions where you probably should be running that Swift Gianna. I think Pinkroid's units have been on Will, if I remember correctly. Obviously, some units that just aren't being drafted or ruined on Will, like I know his Juno's off of Will, but I'm pretty sure all of Pinkroid's units were on Will, but he was outspeeding Xere's Gianna.
Yeah, and that's a little sketch. Now the other monster that I wanted to ask you about too is the Dark Demon. So the Dark Demon's now made it into a couple games, but hasn't ended up contributing a whole lot. Do you still think that Xere should be picking him? I mean, sometimes he soaks the ban, I guess, but to be honest, I feel like that could almost be another utility monster.
Well, you could see that Pinkroid's been ready for it. You know what I mean? Like, we've had, what, 2 matches now where the Beelzebub made it through and were not successful. I don't believe it was successful.
I don't think we've seen an ignore defense go off yet, actually.
Yeah. We haven't seen the Beelzebub be successful yet. Not to say it's not a good unit or anything like that. I just feel Pinkroid is ready for it. You know what I mean?
Right.
You can exploit a Beelzebub when you know you have units that are easily taken out. And I guess Dominic is supposed to be one of those units that fall under that, but Pinkroid's got some serious rune quality in this Dominic. I wouldn't even be surprised to hear that he's got artifacts that are prepared on his Dominic for this situation as well.
Oh, and my man, the tankiness on that Dominic too. Like, you expect him to come in as a glass cannon, and the fact that he was able to soak hits from Masha so well, like, is a testament to how good Pinkroid is at ruining that monster. He's done an excellent job with it, with the runes and the artifacts, that is. So I'm really interested to see how this match plays out. Again, for everybody watching who might be joining a little bit late, we are in a best of 5 right now. We're in the finals, Pinkroid versus Xere that we're going into. We're going to find our legend, and ultimately we're going to close out the RTA Season 21. And in Season 22, we're actually going to have some interesting additions to it as well. We're also right against a new monster release, which is going to be really cool. The Battle Angels, which were recently previewed. We got the Fire one previewed in the Hive announcement. What did you think of that one, Star?
I think it's a really, really cool unit. I love the art of him. I mean, Compton's been killing it with the art. The art on their units are really top tier. And
yeah, it's absolutely killing it with the art. And I liked that people were also thinking, like, is it a transmog?
Honestly, I thought it was a tron. I thought it was 2A on 4-star units, and I thought it was going to be a Second Awakened Lapis of some sort, but that's not the case that we had here. But I do really, really like the new units, and I do like how we're already showcased some of the skills here. But what we're seeing is units that are going to require a little bit of rune quality, so I kind of look forward to all the elements being released.
That's right. Yeah, I can't wait to see how they turn out. And surprisingly simple skills as well. Here we go, guys. We're back in the game, and we find ourselves at what could possibly be the last game of the night if Pinkroid successfully. If he drafts the way that he's been drafting, then this could potentially be the last game of the night. He is at game point. Xere is going to have to make something happen right now. Otherwise, he's out of this best of 5.
Yep, look at that tell right there. So we see that safe first pick that Xere likes to take is banned out. Lima's gone. One unit that's absolutely terrifying that Pinkroid has been drafting, that Dominic, Dominic is gone. If this was the match for Xere to clap back, this is it right here. But Pinkroid's going to be slamming down that Masha. He's looking for something fierce.
Yeah, he opted for a huge damage. Really nice monster for this one. Masha getting a lot of attention in this tournament. Definitely one of the MVP options, I'd say, for the tourney. Between her and Shizuka. I think Shizuka is probably my vote for MVP in this one.
It's been a really, really good unit. A lot of people have been drafting tonight. And I really like it right now next to that Gianna. I think this is an excellent draft from Xere. And look at Pinkroid turning it around. Was not expecting to see him go out with a draft like this. We've got Water Ryu and Changpeng getting drafted by Pinkroid. Let's keep in mind that these two units are not consistent strippers. So let's see what Xere's going to be drafting, knowing that these two units are here.
Let's see what he opts to do. Maybe try to capitalize on some of that AoE incidental crits with Ragdoll.
Yep, the Ragdoll's coming out. Abelio's coming out again. Now, obviously, Pinkroid's going to be slamming down that Tian Lang. You see that Ragdoll? Even the Gianna as well. Tian Lang's going to be a no-brainer. Excellent unit here. Definitely going to apply a lot of help for Pinkroid's draft. He's got one last pick, though. Curious what it could be. Because Xere, I don't think Xere's in a position where he looks at a Nana and thinks Nana is the unit that needs to be drafted here.
Yeah, that's a very, very true. Here comes Segment. Oh, is he going to lock it in? He doesn't have much time. It's looking like we are going to see a Segment coming from Pinkroid.
I do like the Sekhmet. I think Xere is almost forced to draft immunity here, where Sekhmet doesn't really care too much about it. Because like I said, we've got two inconsistent strippers. I think Xere needs to draft something to protect his team. Ooh, a Leo! I am not the biggest fan of this Leo draft. Leo's good. It's good, but I don't think it's the draft to win it. We'll see how that plays out, though. Ban's coming out. Tian Lang's a no-brainer. Obviously, Pinkroid knew Tian Lang was going to get banned out. Ban's out the Ragdoll. And we have our draft, guys. Pinkroid wins this. Pinkroid wins it all. Xere needs to clap back to stay in here. Speed lead for Pinkroid. HP lead for Xere.
Really wants to make sure that his units go right after Leo in this one. Let's see how this plays out. Yeah, we'll see if the Leo is impactful enough. Considering that Gianna is unhinged now that Tian Lang's not in the game, we'll see if that attack part gain comes into play from her. But otherwise, he might not have a whole lot to say from this one, except for damage scaling from Masha. And also kind of negates the slow debuff a bit because it becomes negligible.
Wow, Sekhmet's been on point throughout all this tournament. We have not seen a resist strip reset from Sekhmet. Lands it on top of the Shizuka. Here's that big third skill, dropping the attack bar of everybody. They're going to cut in here. Hopefully get some provokes here to keep Xere alive. Only lands that provoke on top of the Water Ryu.
Decides to keep working on the Leo, considering that, oh, I almost said that considering he's reset. Well, now he's reset himself. So you might as well go back in and try to reapply defense break when skill 2 comes back up. Or if you can apply it with Sekhmet's second skill.
There's that first skill, a little bit more poke damage coming towards that Changpeng. I think he could eliminate this with that dot damage. Gets the additional turn as well. That dot damage is going to be enough. Big second skill going out here, trying to get some glancing defense breaks on anybody. No defense breaks whatsoever.
Notably no defense breaks. Notably no defense breaks. That's actually a pretty big miss. And now Masha is going to miss that turn. So she's going to have her defense break kind of far in the future here. Xere is looking actually kind of favored from this position. I don't know if it was necessarily the Leo that did it, to be honest, like you were saying, but it was, yeah, this is going to be tough for Pinkroid to come back.
Yeah, definitely tough for Pinkroid to come back here. Gianna looking so good against this Masha. Masha's going to keep getting that immunity up, basically giving Gianna always a target to control and stun.
Big miss still. I don't think that's quite enough for Pinkroid to still come back, but it was a significant miss, and notably Water Ryu is now within dot damage range.
Yeah, well done, Xere. Xere had a fantastic match here, really trying to stay in here. And I mean, we're going to go into a game 5. This was excellent drafted by Xere. I know I didn't like that Leo, but well done. Definitely a great match for Xere.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, great job. And I'm a big fan of the Abelio as well. It's just hard to get through any monster with him in there, especially considering that his passive doesn't have a cooldown.
Yeah, definitely. Gianna into the Masha. I don't know. It didn't occur to me till I just realized that every time that Masha got that up, it was something to stun up, and keeping Masha back and not able to utilize what she was supposed to do best, and that's go in there and deal some big damage, getting those defense breaks. I guess that really kept it kept Pinkroid back from trying to get a ball rolling.
Yeah, he just couldn't quite get going. Let's see what happens. We are now in the final game of the night. One way or another, we're walking away with a legend. Pinkroid or Xere. Your guess is as good as mine. These folks have been drafting really well. It's an excellent, excellent match so far. Both these players within a winning range.
Yep, here we go. I mean, pre-banned some last time. Lima's going to be available. Dominic is going to be available this time. And I think Dominic is a very big player in Pinkroid's draft. I think we're going to see it again. Ragdoll's getting banned out. Tian Lang's getting banned out. Basically, we're just removing 2 units from their boxes here. It is kind of an interesting pre-ban on both those, so I don't think either one of them are really worried about these 2 units getting pre-banned out.
Yeah, let's see what Xere decides on. This is, if you got any secret weapons, any changes you've been thinking about, now's kind of the time to bust them out. You gotta do it here.
Yep,
Lima,
and there's that
playing
first pick
safe.
once again. Lima, first pick from Xere. Pinkroid. Let's see if he goes with that Dominic. I do love the Dominic draft coming out of him.
Yeah, what's interesting, whenever Pinkroid sees the AoE invincibility and immunity, he typically doesn't draft anything against it right in those first 2 picks. He normally lets Xere's draft develop a little bit more before he starts responding, which I always thought was kind of interesting. Yeah, notably
Dominic
no strip
Masha.
options.
Yeah, no strip options yet. I do like the Dominic Masha. Takes it back and brings out the Mo Long. Mo Long's a fine draft, though.
Yeah, this is what I talked about earlier when Lima was in play before, and we were in a position where we needed to wait it out. We were talking about maybe just making that window of opportunity count for a little bit more with a Reckless, like just capitalize on that moment a little better. Here's a strip and damage option. It's Diana.
Yep, Diana's a really, really good unit here. So, all right, this is the big tell. What's Xere going to wrap up his draft with? I don't want to see a Beelzebub.
And Taurus.
Beelzebub in a Nana. If it is, congratulations, Pinkroid. Ooh, it is going to be a transition. I do love the Tessarian. I'm still curious if that Beelzebub is going to stay.
Yeah, we'll have to see, because I don't think Pinkroid is too happy fighting against or navigating that Dark Demon. Though last time we were in this situation, he did ban out the Tessarian. And I think we're in a very similar spot to last time. A Barbara.
Yep, Barbara's coming out, so that's basically signaling that Tessarian's going to be coming through here. So Tessarian gets left in. Barbara is potentially looking like a ban as well, though. Does he ban out the Barbara? I can't tell if he bans out that Barbara just yet. Tessarian makes his way through. Beelzebub might be getting the knife, though.
I feel like it wouldn't be remiss to ban out the Barbara, though he may. And that's what it is. The reason why is like opening up and boosting the team based on the strip using the 3rd skill is kind of dangerous. You really don't want that Dominic to get a clutch kill in right at the start.
It really is. Gianna getting banned out. We've got full immunity on the side of Pinkroid. It was a very smart decision to ban out that Gianna. He's going to get his attack buffs up here. He wants to try and eliminate that Tessarian as soon as possible. Reckless is coming out here. We know it's built on Vampire, so it's going to be healing up here. Pinkroid with an excellent start in this Game 5.
Why is that Dominic so fast, Stoic?
I don't know how he does it. I want to see that rune quality because I bet it's dumb.
Dude, it must be insane. He's got crazy HP to survive Mashas. He's got all the damage in the world, and he's got the speed to boot on bio.
So he got the defense break here. Is this going to be enough to get the kill? Does get the kill.
Oh, heavens to Betsy.
It's going to be coming back. Xere might be clapping back here.
Oh, this is a tough time. If you thought Pinkroid was the one taking this one, that's the Dark Demon. We haven't seen the Dark Demon do anything like that this entire tournament. All of a sudden, when it matters most for Xere, comes out and secures the kill.
Well, he needs to confirm some kills right here. Does get that kill on top of the Beelzebub. That was massive damage coming out of that Diana. Can't really do anything with all these buffs up here. We've got Riley trying to get a little bit of sustain, healing up that Mo Long. I mean, Tessarian's a problem, man. Tessarian is violent procking as well. That big damage going into the Diana, trying to cycle more damage into Diana. If Diana goes down, that's Pinkroid. I don't know how he does it here on.
Raw 12k damage from the Tessarian. That's actually this right now. Diana's within kill range just from a skill 1.
That's gone right there. Xere's looking so good right now. Oh man, there's the heal. Coming back onto the Molong, trying to cycle a little bit of attack bar. He needs some value out of that second skill, receives nothing. He's gonna keep going, he's gonna keep pounding away at the Molong.
He can stay in for a little bit longer,
God,
but
the past light comes out.
Really tough that day.
Dude,
Heal it up.
bringing back that Beelzebub is going to give him so much value because that first skill is so good still. Another additional turn coming out of Tsarian. It's a defense break, which is really
Procs
good.
out of
Revenge comes back.
the immunity, though. Here comes defense break. Though, honestly, defense break isn't the thing that's going to make or break this unless it's the skill 2 that scales. We got that clutch heal here. Can we do that skill 4
The totems, does he use skill 4? He does use skill 4 there. Gets the additional turn. That's a little bit more sustain. He has to first skill, keep that cleanse up there. There's the defense break, does land on Tsarian. Does Tsarian proc once again? I think he moves on to the Riley this time. Does not move on to the Riley.
Oh, surprisingly
Shizuka?
good damage. Wait, that Oblivion on Molong
No
might
additional
matter
turn?
here. Is she going to cleanse the right one? She didn't cleanse the right one.
Did
Oh,
not.
no.
Trying to protect the Tsarian. Tsarian's going to pump more damage on top of that Molong. Gets the additional turn once again.
Oh,
Molong's down. Oh, man.
Oh,
Xere!
my God.
Taking that
Xere
victory.
is a
Round 5
legend.
goes to him. Oh, my lord. Wow, Shizuka's second skill bringing back that Beelzebub. Oh, I want a
I was gonna
Beelzebub so bad.
I was going to make a joke stoic about